Welcome to the deep dive. We grab a whole stack of sources on a topic, pull out the key insights, and basically help you get up to speed fast.
That's the plan.
And today, we're taking a deep dive into something really fascinating about, well, about our brains and how they deal with pure chance. It's called the gambler's fallacy.
Right.
Our mission today is pretty straightforward.
Mm-hmm.
Unpack why our intuition, that gut feeling we trust so much, why it can sometimes just lead us totally wrong, even when, like, the actual numbers are telling us something completely different.
It's a classic mind trap, really.
Yeah. Okay, so to kind of set the scene, let's think about something I bet a lot of you have felt. Imagine you're, I don't know, watching a roulette wheel.
Uh-huh.
The ball drops. Black.
Okay.
Spins again.
Back up.
Black again. Third time.
Mm-hmm.
Still black. And then, believe it or not, a fourth time. Black.
4 blacks in a row.
4 in a row. So right then, what's that little voice in your head just screaming?
Oh, I know that voice.
It's got to be red. Come on. The chances of another black, they seem impossibly small, right? Ridiculous.
You feel it in your bones. Red is due.
Totally. So you put down a decent bet on red. You're feeling pretty confident. And the ball drops.
Don't tell me.
Black. Again.
Oof. Yeah. That scenario, that is textbook gambler's fallacy right there. It's fascinating because our brains, they're like pattern-seeking machines, aren't they?
Right.
Which is great for survival, usually.
Right. Helped us find food, avoid danger, all that.
Exactly. But sometimes they see patterns where there just aren't any,
Yeah.
especially with randomness. So this fallacy, it's basically the mistaken belief that if something happens a lot in a short time, it's going to happen less often later.
Or the other way around.
Or the other way around, yeah. If something hasn't happened for ages, you think, oh, it's bound to happen soon. It's due.
It feels so logical, though.
It feels logical, but it's a complete misunderstanding of, well, probability. Our brains, honed for finding order, kind of short circuit when faced with true independent randomness. It's almost like a feature of our evolution that just backfires badly in situations like a casino.
Okay, so if our brain's getting it wrong and the wheel doesn't have a memory, what's the actual truth here? What are we missing?
The fundamental truth, and this is key, is that in games of pure chance roulette, coin flips, lottery numbers, that sort of thing, each event is completely independent.
Independent, meaning?
Meaning totally separate, isolated. The roulette wheel has zero memory of the last spin. Zero. The slot machine's random number generator, it doesn't know or care what happened before. And, that basketball team you mentioned that's lost 3 in a row.
Yeah, they're due for a win, right?
Well, no, not necessarily. They aren't magically more likely to win the next game just because they lost the last 3. The probability for that specific game hasn't changed because of the past losses.
Okay, so the odds for red or black on roulette, they're always the same.
Pretty much always, roughly 50-50, ignoring the green 0 for a sec. But yeah, it doesn't matter if it was black the last 10 times or red the last 20. The next spin is still roughly 50-50.
So the past jaw doesn't influence it at all.
Zero influence. None.
Wow. Okay, intellectually I get that. But where else does this pop up? Like outside of the casino floor?
Oh, it's everywhere people encounter chance or streaks. Think about poker players. You ever hear the term going on tilt?
Yeah, sure. Losing your cool, making bad plays after losing a few hands.
Exactly. And a big part of that is often the gambler's fallacy. A player loses a few big pots, maybe through bad luck, and they start thinking, okay, I've had bad cards, I'm due for a monster hand now.
So they start playing hands they shouldn't, betting too much.
Precisely. They get reckless. They start betting aggressively based on that feeling of being due, completely ignoring the actual odds, the situation, what their opponents are doing. It's all emotion driven by this fallacy.
It costs them.
It costs them big time. It's a classic psychological trap.
And I guess, connecting that thought, the places that offer these games, like online casinos or sports betting sites, they know this, right?
Oh, absolutely. They understand the psychological quirk inside and out. Their entire business model is built on cold, hard mathematical probability.
And not on gut feelings.
Definitely not. They know that players fall victim to the gambler's fallacy. They kind of count on you feeling that emotional pull that I'm due feeling, because that's often when people make mistakes and bet irrationally.
So they're exploiting our faulty intuition.
In a way, yes. They've done the math. The house always has an edge in the long run, and that edge gets even bigger when players abandon logic for emotion.
Okay, that makes a scary amount of sense. But look, knowing this is one thing. Actually fighting that feeling when you're in the moment, when you've seen 5 blacks in a row, That feels incredibly hard.
Oh, it is. It's really difficult.
So how do you actually, beat it? Because like you said, it sounds like we're almost wired for this mistake.
You are pretty much wired for it, yeah. Overcoming it takes conscious effort. You literally have to train your brain to ignore that powerful gut instinct in these specific situations.
Train your brain.
By constantly reminding yourself, reinforcing the knowledge that past results in pure chance have zero impact on future outcomes. You have to internalize it. It's not just about knowing the math. It's about actively, unlearning that intuitive leap.
So you have to fight your own wiring.
Exactly. It's a battle against your own cognitive biases. You need to detach, step back from the emotion. Someone once said you need to be like a robot, not a human, when making decisions purely based on probability.
A robot.
Yeah.
Yeah, I can see that. No gut feelings.
No gut feelings in that context, just the odds.
So next time you're tempted, next time you see that streak, black, 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 the key is to just take a breath.
Take a breath and remember, the roulette wheel doesn't care. It has no memory.
The slot machine doesn't care.
Doesn't care. And that sports team on a 3-game losing streak.
It could easily become 4.
It absolutely could. The past doesn't dictate the future in random events.
Which, I guess, leaves us with a pretty big thought to chew on, doesn't it?
What's that?
Well, if our brains are fundamentally wired to see patterns, even when they aren't really there, and if that wiring can lead us to make totally irrational decisions against clear mathematical facts, like in gambling,
Yeah.
then what does that tell us about that constant tension? The one between our intuition, our gut feelings, and objective reality or hard facts. Even when we're making decisions completely outside a casino, like in everyday life.
That's a really good question to ponder, isn't it? How often does that faulty pattern seeking affect us elsewhere?